Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World, and I figured I'd bring you guys another one of them arch-tempered VAAL HAZAK builds. Now this build is, in my opinion, not the most efficient, but it is an alternative if you guys still don't know how to play all that well with the gun lance, or you don't want to use the charge blade build that I did previously. I did one that is a little bit more universal. Now I did force myself not to use parts from Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK because I believe that this set could be greatly improved by using a couple of parts from Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK, but let's just assume that if you are looking for a set like this, then maybe you haven't killed him yet, and as such, I will only use parts from the stuff that you can get before killing Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK. Now, you can actually make this set be a little bit more efficient if instead of using a Lunastra Sword and Shield, which is what I'm doing, if you instead use probably Nergigante's Sword and Shield, or maybe even, what's his name again? Devil Joe's Sword and Shield, because those come with Elder Seal, which is going to seal Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK's aura, which is a major cause of pain for a lot of players trying to do this event right now. However, in my case, I just like the razor sharp on Lunastra's weapon so much that I felt like I wanted to work that into it. And also, the Empress Edge Sticks is a pretty recent weapon that was added into the game, so probably a lot of you guys might have crafted it, and therefore you guys might want to use that weapon. But it's fairly easy to swap around if that is not something that you want to do. Now, in this particular video, I will be posting the build at the end of the video, so I will let you guys watch the whole fight, so that you guys can watch how I take down Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK. There were a couple of situations there that were a little bit touch and go, and to be completely honest, the fight lasted much longer than I expected. I kind of feel like this Sword and Shield doesn't have that much damage. I mean, I think it took me almost 17 minutes or 18 minutes or whatever to take down Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK, whereas if you use the build that I did for the gun lance, you can get him down a lot quicker. But again, it's just an alternative in case you're tired of playing with the Face Buster, or in case you don't want to use once again, the Charge Blade build that I did previously. You can use this. Now, the skills that we're going to be using, like I said, I'm going to be showing all of this at the end of the video, but I'm just going to be talking about the skills that I put on this build. We're using earplugs, recovery up, so that you actually leech more life, and a lot of people, because naturally we're going to be using health regen on the Empress Edge Stick. And I think a lot of people are going to think, Rurikhan, why not use Vitality Boost? And in my opinion, it's like, if your armor is properly upgraded slash augmented, there's not really going to be a lot of situations where the additional health is going to help you, because Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK doesn't really tend to one-shot you unless you're not running full Effluvia Resist, which in that case, you know, you can land a hit on you that will trigger the Effluvia debuff, and that can get you a one-shot. But usually if you're running Effluvia Resist as you should for this fight, I don't think you're really going to get one shot all that often. I mean, you should be able to avoid the laser pretty well, especially if you're playing with Sword Shield, because you can just run out of the laser instantly. So instead of using that Vitality Boost, like I said, I went with Recovery Up. And why is that important? Because with the health regen on this sword, and you then have Recovery Up, not only are you going to be getting more healing from the potions that you will be using, which, by the way, if you are soloing this monster, you're going to be using a lot of potions. As a matter of fact, somewhere along the line of this particular fight, we went back to get more potions because we used all of them. So those potions are going to be healing you for more, but on top of that, the health regen itself is also going to heal you for more, which is going to require that it's not going to require you to heal through potions as often. To top it off, I'm also going to be using the Satiated Jewel to try and prevent how many potions you actually use, because it's just insane. A lot of times, like, you might get staggered, you might get thrown off guard or something, and you're going to be taking tons and tons of damage from the Effluvia. And I know you can get him enraged, and then you can run and you can get out of the Effluvia area, but to me that stuff is boring. I'm just like, dude, I'm just going to fight him wherever the hell he is. I'm going to force him to get out of the friggin' yellow miasma and push him down to the river. And once he gets there, I'll keep on pushing his ass down. So beyond Recovery Up, we're also going to be having Recovery Speed, because we're going to be going for the VAAL HAZAK 3-piece bonus to get super regenerations, so that you basically keep regenerating, and you're going to be regenerating throughout most of the fight. It is not the best thing in this particular fight because you don't really get that much red portion of the gauge in this build. Really, this particular set bonus really excels when you have tons of red sections in your health gauge, so you've taken the damage, but it is still recoverable. And with Arch-Tempered VAAL HAZAK, a lot of times the ticks from the effluvia are just going to take that red away, but you're still going to be regenerating often, so it is going to counteract that effect a little bit. But, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a really tanky build, so you're not going to be dishing out that much damage, which is why it took me so long to actually kill him. But anyways, earplugs, recovery up, recovery speed. We're going to be going for blast attacks so that we get as many blast procs as possible. If instead of this sword and shield, you choose to use one that has Elder Seal, like Nergigantes or Devil Joe, replace the blast attack with dragon damage so that you deal a little bit more dragon damage instead. We're going to be running Weakness Exploit, and we're going to be using the Exploiter Charm to do it because, you know, in order to get earplugs as well as regeneration from VAAL HAZAK's set, we're not going to have any piece that is going to allow us to get enough Tenderizer Jewels in there. And therefore, we're going to be using the Charm to get the Weakness Exploit because it's still one of the best damage stats that you can get for a damage build. Then naturally, we're also going to be having Effluvia Resistance maxed out. That goes without saying. We will have 1 point of peak performance, which is not particularly important. It's just coming through because of the VAAL HAZAK Bracers beta. And we're also going to be having Protective Polish, but you can replace that for something else, to be completely honest. I mean, depending on which sword and shield you're using, because like if you're using Devil Joe's or Nergigante, maybe you want to keep Protective Polish. But in the case of Empress Edge Sticks, I gotta say, it is completely overkill. Like, I don't think we went below white the entire fight. The entire fight, white sharpness, which is really good. I mean, but it's still a little bit overkill. I don't think I needed the sharp jewel. So if you want, you can use something else like maybe, you know, the shield jewel, so that if you have trouble dodging through the vomit breath, you'll be able to block it. Or if you are playing with multiple players, you might want to consider taking a brace jewel, because you know how it is with sword and shield. If there's a bunch of longsword Larrys out there, you're going to be getting staggered like nobody's business, which is very frustrating. So, you know, plan accordingly and use stuff that matters for you accordingly. But ultimately, I feel like this build is solid, like it will get you through the encounter. But I feel like if you really want to grind them down super fast, that the Charge Blade build as well as the Gun Lance build are much better, because the damage on Sword and Shield, at least from the point of a build that is as tanky as this, is just not there. And if you swap the build around too much, you're going to have a build that is going to be taking a lot of chances, and you might get killed here and there. But again, it's a solid build, it's a solid alternative. I'll let you guys watch the rest of the fight. Remember, if you guys enjoy my videos, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so that you're always notified. The build details will come at the end of the video, so you guys can also feel free to skip over to the end if that's something that you want. Also, at the end of the video, we will have the end slate with 2 video suggestions that you can click on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.